Hello everyone. Today I'm going to unbox, install, and review the newest member of the Roku family, the Roku 4. And this Roku 4 actually has 4K Ultra HD streaming capability. So you'll be able to see full definition 4K streaming out of it. So I'm quite happy and quite excited that they've released it, because my 4K screen back here is looking for content. Quick specs on this: it has the 4K Ultra HD streaming, advanced upscaling, 4-bit color depth, quad processor, big plus there. That's 2 more processors than the Roku 3 had, and it has an optical digital audio out if you need that. It has advanced 802.11 AC MIMO wireless capability. So if you have a router that has those features, this will connect to it at that higher rate. It has an Ethernet 10100 port, which the Roku 3 had as well, and micro USB ports, and it's iOS and Android compatible, as well as Windows compatible. So I'm going to go through the features. I'm going to go through what you get in the box. I'm going to connect it to my television or to my screen, my 4K screen, and I'm going to set it up. I'll probably video the setup as well, how that goes through. I'll go through some of the features, new features that are available on it, and see what else I can show you without breaking any copyright rules, and basically go from there. Here we have the Roku 4, and I'll just show you every side of the box. Here's the front, of course, and I'll give you a side view for each side of the box so you know what you're getting here. I got that upside down. So basically it shows you what features it has, the serial numbers and things. Of course, I have them blocked, and all the features there. Let's go on the back. Another feature, basically rundown. Again, tells you all about it. So at this point, let's just cut it open and see what's inside. Okay, so we take a little strip of tape on each corner here, open, and there it is. It is considerably larger than the 3. I'll get the 3 here and show you the difference. Here's the Roku 3 in a size comparison, and as you can see, it's probably 4 times bigger than the Roku 3. So the Roku 4 times bigger than the Roku 3. Again, it's going to be a little harder to hide that Roku 4. You can still mount it probably behind your television and without much of an issue, but it is considerably larger. So let's take it out of the box. And let's see what else is in the box here. Love the packaging. It's always very, very well done. Okay, hello streamer. Let's get started. Roku 4. This is the obviously the get started manual. So you should get one of those in there. And then all the various supplies or accessories. We've got the remote, a set of batteries, a set of earbuds, and the power adapter. So let's get the power adapter out of there. And yeah, it looks like a standard power adapter, nothing really special here. It looks like it could be universal. Let's see what the specs say. Input 10 to 100. Well, this is not a universal. It's kind of surprising. Usually they are universal, but this one here is only says 10 to 120 volts AC. So if you're going to use it someplace other than those voltages, you'll need an adapter, or you'll need to order the one that works for your region. So surprisingly, usually I find these to be universal. Today, not so much. And will it fit into a Roku 3? Nope, wrong size. So it must be a different voltage. And so as you can see, it's only going to work on your Roku 4. So you got a special adapter for your Roku 4. We'll put that right there for now. Big thing here is the remote, and remote here nicely wrapped, has an earphone jack on the side here, right there, as you can see, and volume controls on this side. Let me lift the protective packaging off here. There we go. And nice fit, nice finish. And nice that it has, current buttons. My other Roku remote has a Blockbuster button in here. Not much good for anything. Well, I guess if you like Blockbuster, but I don't. But anyways, we got Sling TV, which is an interesting add-on. I do use Sling. RDO, Amazon, and Netflix, pretty standard. Back has a nice feel to it. And it looks like it has a little speaker on it too. I wonder what that's for, or I wonder if that's the microphone input. Probably the microphone input. Let's put the batteries in it. So basically all you need to do is take the rear cover off like that. It shows polarity. Comes with Duracell batteries, not some cheapo Chinese, no-name brand. So comes with a good set of batteries. I'm glad to see they didn't skimp on that. I'll open those up and put them in. And polarities is actually, or the way the battery goes in is actually nicely printed on there, positive, and negative. And the positive on the AA is the male end, and the flat end is the negative. So put them in. And if you don't know, if you're uncertain about it, just look at the picture. And positive to the top of the remote. I believe that's the top, yeah. And positive to the top of the remote again. That's it. And the batteries actually have a positive and negative indicator on them. So that's a nice feature. I'll put this back on here. And that's it. Now the batteries are in the remote. Now, again, it does have a, oh, there it is. That looks like the microphone input. So I'm not sure what that is for, but we'll find out as we power it up and set it up. And last but not least, set of earbuds with a bunch of different size earbuds, standard stuff. Put that aside here. And the earphones. And I'm interested to see something on the earphones. And take them out, or earbuds. Yeah. Okay. So standard set of earbuds. They look okay. They probably work just fine. Nothing really special there. And what I was looking for is we're going to see if there was actually a mic input on them, but there isn't. It's just a standard set of earphones, and as you can see, 3-terminal plug right there. So just any earbuds or earphones you have will probably work with this, as long as they can plug into that 1/8 inch plug. So that's, I believe, all the hardware and equipment on that. Yep, that's it. So next, we're going to install it and set it up. Actually, next, let's do a physical comparison between the the Roku 4 and the Roku 3. Let's put this aside and take the Roku 4, and there it is. Pretty heavy. It's pretty weighty. Well, obviously, the first thing that jumps out at you is the Roku 4 is considerably larger, 4 times the area, I would say, on the top. One of the differences on top of the Roku 4 that the Roku 3 does not have, it has a plus button here, and this button here is used to find your remote. So that explains what the little speaker hole in the back is for. That's where the beeping sound will come out when you choose to find your remote by hitting that button on the Roku 4. Roku 3 does not have that feature, but here's my solution for never losing my remote on the Roku 3. I just put a long, bright orange or atomic orange, safety orange cord on it, and made sure it was nice and long. And no matter where it ended up, this would be sticking out somewhere, and you can see it quite clearly wherever it was. It also gave me something to go reaching for it, so I don't have to go all the way through to it. No matter where this is hanging, I just grabbed it and pulled it away. So that was my solution to finding my remote or losing my remote with a Roku 3. After putting that lanyard on, I never lost it again. I'll probably do that the same thing to the Roku 4 remote as well. Just a quick note on the Roku 4 remote, if you want to put a lanyard on it. You'll see that actually it doesn't have any slots in the bottom for where you could actually easily put a lanyard through, but the easy fix for that is to use the little blue tab, Roku tab on the bottom. It actually will split open, so I'm just going to use a toothpick there to show you that, or see that it actually has, you can actually bend it down and open it up, and after that you just fish your lanyard through that, and it'll provide you a good enough space or a good enough secure point for your lanyard to tie through. So just run it through the Roku tab like that. You can fish it through with a little toothpick if you wish, just like that. There we go. And now just tie it up. So there's the first difference on the top. Let's look on the back here. Now I'm going to peel this protective plastic off. All the way off here. Though it's nice, it protects it. I don't want to take a chance on it. It doesn't look like it would cover any of the cooling holes. You could actually leave it on there, but I like to take it off. There we go. All right, so ports on the back. Let's see what we have. We have, let me zoom in. We have the power cord. We have the HDMI, micro SD slot, optical audio out, and the Ethernet port, which surprisingly enough, from the specs I've seen, the Ethernet port is still only a 10100 port. You think they'd go 1000 or 1 gigabit, but they didn't. So let's look at the back of the Roku 3 and compare the two. Well, it has the micro SD, HDMI, Ethernet, and power port. And also here you see a reset button. I don't see a reset here on the back of this unit, but maybe it's somewhere else. I don't know, but I don't see it right now. And you know, a lot of people ask, well, what's the micro SD for? Well, if you've installed a lot of channels or you want to install a lot of games and you're running out of memory, I think there's only 500 megs in the actual Roku 3. You stick an SD card in there and it will actually give you more memory storage for channels and games. So it's the same thing on the Roku 4. You'll see that the optical audio out is missing on the Roku 3, but you know, it's a nice option, a nice new option on the Roku 4. So there's one of the differences right off the bat. I don't see any reset. Let's turn it to the side here and we'll see the USB port, and that's used for data like pictures or whatever, home movies. So you can actually plug a USB drive in there and actually have access to those pictures and data. Let's turn it on the back. Well, it just says Roku 4 or Roku 3. And one more turn and we have the little Roku tab, which they both have. So pretty well the same. Like I said, I don't see a reset button on it anywhere. Like reset, let me show you that. There's a reset port there right under the power. And on the Roku 4, there is apparently no reset button. That's the physical attributes of that Roku 4 and all its accessories. That's it unboxed. Next, I will connect it to my television and I'll show you how to do that. So setup will be pretty basic. It says here on their webpage, other things that you will require, you need a broadband internet connection, and they recommend at least 6 megabytes per second for HD and 15 megabytes per second for streaming 4K Ultra HD. I have a 30 or 40 megabit per second connection, so that's not an issue at all. They also say you need a wireless or wired router, so you can connect this with a LAN cable or a patch cable to your router directly without being wireless. So if you have a patch cable, you can connect it to the back of the router right here, and to the Roku right here, and run the cable to your router and be connected to the internet that way. Most people are going to use wireless. I'm going to use wireless. I have a wireless router for that basic feature. And you're also going to need an HD TV with an HDMI port and a high-speed HDMI cable. For 4K UHD viewing, you're going to need a 4K UHD TV with an HDCP 2.2 compatible HDMI port if you want to see the 4K coming out of this box. And you know, like I said, the better the cable, the better performance you're going to get. I have an excellent cable here. This is an HDMI high-speed Ethernet cable as well. So it's a fully compliant cable. It basically, so all you need to do here at this point, I'm not going to show you how to hook it up to your TV because all TVs are different. You basically take your HDMI cable, plug it into the back of the Roku, take your other side of the cable, plug it into your HDMI port. I usually use port number 1. It's up to you which one you use, but usually port number 1 is the best one to use. Then you're going to plug in your power. as such, and then plug the whole rig in. Basically turn your television on, change to the HDMI port you plugged it into, and turn it on. So I'll do that. Okay, one thing I did want to show you is the reset button. It actually does have a reset button. It's on the back right at the bottom right there. That's why I missed it. I was looking for a hole in the chassis of the actual unit, but there's the reset button, and you just press it down to reset the system. It's pretty hard to press down, but you feel it go. You feel it click when you got it down far enough. Installation's fairly basic. You just need to plug in your HDMI connection to your display. So I'm just going to plug the HDMI cable, my high-speed HDMI cable. I bought this one from Amazon. Again, I'll put the link for that in the video description if you need it. It was under $6, so it was a very good deal for a 6-foot cable. Then we're going to plug in the DC in, or the power plug into it, and at which point you'll see a little blue light. I don't know if you can see it here, right here in the on the right middle, flashing, and you'll see also the splash screen on the screen on the Roku, sorry, on the display. So I'll show you that next. Okay, and there's the splash screen from Roku. That's how you know it's booting up. And next, we'll more than likely have to pair the remote. So I've got the back off the remote already, as I'm anticipating that that's going to be the next step. And sure enough, it is. And as you can see, it gives you the instructions. Take the back off, hold the pairing button down for 3 seconds, and then let it go. And the green light will flash. So I'm just going to use a little tab on this cover for that, because my fingernails aren't quite long enough. So 1, 2, 3, and you see that the LED there is flashing, so we'll let that go. And the Roku is actually pairing with the remote. So that's basically all there is to the pairing process. I'll put the cover back on the back there, and we'll go to our next option. And our next option is a language selection. You have 4 options, I believe: English, German, Spanish, and French. I'm going to go with English, of course. So here we're going to hit OK. And now you get your connect to the internet screen, or your network screen. And here you're going to have to choose which way you're going to connect to the internet. Now I'm using a TP-Link WR841N little router I bought from Amazon. It's a 300 megabits per second router, which is plenty fast for this unit. I bought it for 20 bucks on Amazon. I'll put the link on that for that in the description if you're interested in buying one, or if you need a faster one. Works perfectly fine, and for 20 bucks you just can't beat it. So I'm going to choose wireless or Wi-Fi and hit OK. And that scoots us over to the Set Up New Wi-Fi Connection tab, so here, or button. So we're going to hit OK again. And then you get an option of all the routers it found within range. And I'm going to choose mine, which is the DD-WRTE_VAP. You choose yours and hit OK. And at this point, it's going to ask you to enter the network password for your router. Now, if you don't have that, or you don't know it, perhaps somebody who set your router actually has it. Or if you go to your manufacturer's webpage, it'll tell you how to get into your router and find that information out if you need it. And what you're looking for is the wireless SSID or password. So I'm going to enter mine in here. Hopefully you know what yours is. And we'll pick it up on the other side of that process and continue on setting this up. All right, so I put my password in, and yours will probably be showing your password. Mine, I've hid the password here on purpose. And now you should be scrolling down to your connect button and then hitting OK. Then you hit OK, and it should go to the making a connection screen and do exactly what mine just did. And then it did if you saw there quickly, it said checking software. When I first plugged in my Roku, it needed a software update. So right after I did the wireless connection, it went through a process of updating the software. Please let it do that if it asks you to do so. Leave it plugged in, Don't touch anything. Just let it go through the process. It'll reboot, come back up, and basically end up in this screen, which is the choose your time zone screen. So I'm going to assume that you've gone through the setup or through the update. You may or may not need an update, but mine did. So here I'm going to scroll down to my time zone, which is the central. I'm in Texas, so it's up to you where you are to choose your correct time zone and hit OK. And now we get into the set the display type, and by default I believe it's set to 720p so that it's compatible with most flat panel displays. So here we're going to hit set up display type, so I'm going to hit OK. And it automatically is detecting that I have a 1080p screen. Actually, I have a 4K screen, but I'm going through some recording hardware that is only 1080p. So here I'm going to scroll up to yes, the screen looks good, and hit OK. And notice that it was timing me. It gave me a timeout screen there. And what that's for is that if you choose the wrong resolution and you go above what your display can do somehow, and basically it goes black on you. If you just wait for that 10 seconds and don't touch anything, it'll come back to the 720 display and give you another chance to do this. So don't sweat it if you set it wrong. Just wait and it'll come back. Otherwise, just power down your Roku and power it up again and do this again. So at this point, you can change to the 4K UHD if you have one. I don't have one connected that this will sense because, like I said, I'm going through recording hardware. So here we're going to hit to show you what happens when I do that, and just basically there. You know, the input does not support HDCP 2.2, which is required to play 4K UHD content. If you have a 4K UHD TV, connect to your player with the HDMI inputs labeled blah blah blah, and try this again. Okay, well that's fine. If you have it, set it. After I'm done this video, of course, I'm going to set that because I do have a 4K screen, and hit OK. Now I'm going to go to keep my 1080p HD TV. Up to you. Yours should be displaying what yours is, and just hit OK on that. And now it says activate your Roku access. Okay, well what you need to do now is, just like it explains, from your PC, phone, or tablet, go to roku.com/link. And then once you're on this on that page, then put this pairing code in. Now, your pairing code will be different than mine. Don't use the one that you see displayed here, because it will not work. It's only come up for me, and it only works on mine this time. So once you're done, activating your Roku automatically, this screen will probably go away by itself. Or the screen will say, as they say, once done, the screen will automatically update. So you need to go through this process of activating your Roku with Roku.com. Don't sweat it, not a big deal. It's free. It may ask you for credit card information, but the only reason it's asking you for a payment option is because some of the Roku channels require to do a Roku purchase or a Roku in-store purchase. Again, that won't happen automatically. It will ask you for, it will tell you that it's, anything you purchase through the Roku is going to be charged to your credit card prior to you doing it. So don't sweat it. Put it in if it's required, and then we'll move on from that. Now, I will show you the steps for doing that. I already have a Roku account, but if you don't have one, you're going to have to create one and then move forward from there. So at this point, in your browser, whatever you're using, just type in Roku into the address bar, roku.com/link, and hit enter. Here it asks you for your link code. So that's the code that's displayed on your screen. So I'm going to put that in for mine. Remember, yours will be different than mine, and I don't think case is important. So DNPG. Okay, so there's my code. You put yours in. Then it says I've read and agreed to the end user. So make sure you check that box, that circle off there, and click submit. And again, it says don't have an account, no problem. So hit submit. Okay, at this point you have two options. You say, I know I need to create an account, so I'll click on that because I'm assuming you don't have one. All right, and then at that point, you have all your information that you need to go into. And again, you know, you got to check off, I am 18 years old, I've read the agreements, I agree to receiving blah, 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 and then hit continue. Okay, now it says these fields are required. I'm not sure whether you need to agree to this or not, but up to you what you check off. Try either one, see if it works. Again, I already have a account, so I'm just going to sign in here. And then after I'm done signing in, I'll continue this the video from there. Which point it should automatically, you know, once you've created your account and you signed in, it should automatically update your Roku as being activated. Okay, I've signed in, and it's, you know, asking me to add channels if I have it. Explore the world of 4K UHD content on these channels, and it gives you an option of a bunch of channels to choose from. You know, you can enhance your subscription, whatever. Choose the channels you'd like to have, or just leave them alone. I'll add the GoPro channel, and you know, basically maybe the Weather Nation. Okay, and whatever, right? Choose what you wish, and then go from there. So at this point, I scroll all the way down, and then go to continue. And on my screen, I now have, okay, so Amazon. Here, if you don't have an Amazon account, I already have one. And, you know, if you don't have an RDO account, you can create one here, sign up, or start your 30-day free trial. Nice deal. Up to you. And currently, my Roku is actually updating all its channels right as we speak. So I'll show you that next on the Roku, and you should be done here with this. So here, I'm just going to hit no thanks, just link to my account. And it's going to ask me for a username and password for that. You do what you need to do here. And we'll move on from here on the Roku. All right, and as you can see here, it's actually updating my channels. You know, I have like 97 channels, so obviously I play a lot around with my Roku. You know, you'll have a lot less with the basic, you know, what do you call it, setup. You can choose to add channels, and I'll show you how to do that as well. You know, you can do the adding of channels from the actual Roku webpage, or you can do it on the Roku itself. Actually, I'll let you experiment with that, but it's in the channels, and I'll show you the menu and go through some of the settings on the Roku as they happen here. So all the channels are updated, and Roku's telling me all done. And you'll notice there that it says download the Roku mobile app for iOS, Android, and Windows devices. So there is an app that allows you to turn your smartphone or your tablet into a remote. It's available through the Play Store on Android devices, and it's also available to Apple devices as well. I would say go get that app. It's actually very handy. I'll show it to you here in a second. I'm using a Samsung Galaxy S4 and as the Android device. So here at this point, we're just going to hit OK. And as you can see, all my channels are up, and my menu is up. So I'll show you the Roku remote as well. I've got the Roku app already installed on mine, so I'm choosing my Roku. And you get a lot of the nice features here. You get the search, you get a remote option, play on Roku, which is mirroring my feed, and the channel store, so you can add channels using that, as well as if you want to buy some stuff like a new remote or create a screensaver for your TV using photos from your smartphone, you can do that, as well as look at some upcoming movies. So very handy app. I suggest getting that. You know, really cool. The other thing, a couple things it allows you to do is just here you can use the remote, as you can see. And nice thing about the remote on your phone is that you get a keyboard. You get the full, and as well as you get the same thing if you do this on your tablet. You get a full keyboard, QWERTY keyboard to put in your searches with, which is much easier than navigating through the on-screen keyboard using the remote, and much quicker too. So let's go back here and hit done, back. And the other nice feature on the remote is the search option. So here you have the search, so I'm going to hit search, and you have the option to search by voice or by text. Again, you get a full keyboard if you use the text. Voice, of course, you use your voice to search, and it works really well. One of the things, though, that the Roku remote that you get with the unit has that your smartphone won't be able to do is you won't be able to privately listen to video through your smartphone, at least not yet. It's not a feature that's enabled on the app. But if you use your remote, you can see that you have your earphone jack on the side and the volume button, so you can plug a set of earphones in here and listen to your shows privately without bothering anybody, which is a nice feature. Somebody else is, doing something else in the room, like sleeping. So, nice feature. I guess I could do a voice search here. Walking Dead. And there you see it found the Walking Dead, or Fear the Walking Dead, or the movie, whatever. Actually have options there on how to search. Now your remote will do the same thing, but it will do it on the actual Roku itself. So if I choose the Walking Dead, then you get to go through what you have here. You can actually follow it as well, which is part of your feed. So if you hit follow, you'll get updates on your feed from The Walking Dead. If that's the show you're into, or whatever show you're into, you can add it to the feed to follow it. Excellent features, nice features on the Roku app. So that's a big plus, I would say. As well, you can play your photos on the screen as well. So let's see here. So you can play your photos, you can play your screensaver. It's up to you. Go to photos here, and I don't know, just choose one here, and we'll go to that one. And now on my screen is the photo of this oil filter, so I can see it on my huge screen. So pretty cool. That was kind of a fuzzy picture, but you get better focus with other pictures. There's a better one. And you can see how nice and clear that comes up on your 4K or 1080p screen. Very, very nice feature. Mirroring using that screen and the photo. So again, play with that. I strongly suggest that you do that. For at least you got a second remote. Right? Now, the remote will only work when you're connected to the same Wi-Fi network as your Roku. So it's connected to your Roku through Wi-Fi. So there's the Android app, but the iOS is, I'm assuming, is the same. Now, let's get out of this. So I'm just going to go back home here. And, okay, so there we have my feed, TV store, news, search, streaming channels. So you can go through all those options, and basically what you want to do is experiment. Immerse yourself in it, and don't be afraid to go through any of the menus and stuff. It's very friendly, and it will tell you if there's anything that you're getting into that it's going to require a charge. So here we're going to go over to network. So there I'm hooked up to my network. Obviously, it's telling me my stuff. That tells you a bit of what's going on there. And as you can see, I'm connected with an excellent signal because I'm very close to the router myself. So themes, neat features here. If you don't like the default theme, you can change one here. I'll go to Nebula, and when you hit it, it'll load it up. So I'll just let that happen so you can see what that does to the screen. I like the Nebula theme as I'm into space, so it actually just gives you a space kind of background on your Roku. Again, you can play with these features and settings at your own will. I'm just going through them quickly. So as you can see, it's pretty. So go back, and you've got custom settings here. Up to you what you do with that. I'm going to go back here to screensaver. Now, screensaver is a default, and it's just a Roku message bouncing around, but I'm going to show you a really neat feature I found inside screensaver. So if you go over here to the options for the screensaver by going all the way to the right, you'll see that there's a bunch of different ones, right? Mobile screensaver. Well, This one's really neat for me, the Nature 4K UHD screensaver. Even if you don't have 4K, this will still work as 1080p, but I do have 4K, but regardless, I'll be setting that up shortly when I get the recording hardware off this Roku. But here we're going to hit OK on that, and let's do a preview. And basically what it does is it just turns your monitor or your display into a really nice nature screensaver. So here I'll hit OK. And as you can see, a very pretty picture of the desert. This is nice to have. If you know, it's a nice feature. It's nice to have. It's kind of fun to have it scrolling through. I'm sure it will change screens every now and then. So I'll just go. I'm going to go back on this feature. Again, nice thing to have. You choose your own screensaver. It's up to you. And go back, and you can change the wait time there as well. So I'm just going through these features. Again, display type, well, you change it to what you wish. Captions, you can turn on your closed captioning features here. Remote, there's the find a remote feature. Now, I believe that the find remote feature is also on the app, but I'm not sure, 100% sure on that. Let me just take a quick look here. All right, remote, and I don't see it there. Maybe it's in my menus. Okay, well, there's a remote. Nope, back to my menu, sorry. My feed, remote, settings maybe. There it is. Under settings, you'll see that it says find my remote. And you click on that, and it pings your remote. And that's what it sounds like when you ping a remote. Now, you can do that also on the Roku, but if you have it on the app, hey, you don't have to go get up and press the button on the Roku. So, nice feature there. Hit OK. And I'll do that here too as well. If you want to find it, just press the button on the side of the Roku 4 right there, and you can hear it pinging again. So again, I'll hit OK, and as you can see on the screen, it says listen for your remote. So you can change the sound, so on. But you know, again, I'll let you play with that. Audio settings, home screen settings, system. You know, it tells you everything you need to know about your system. And that's basically it for the settings screen. Home screen, well, it shows all your channels that you actually have installed. Choose what you wish and go from there. I will probably do a video on the 4K performance and quality. Unfortunately, I only have a 1080p camera, but it doesn't really matter, as I will be showing you how quick it is, how beautiful and smooth it is with my current internet connection anyway, which is 30 to 40 megabits per second is what I have. But they suggest that the minimum you should have for 4K, I believe, is 15. So my feed, well, these are movies, welcome to videos, tells you what the feed is all about. Basically, it's for following your shows and seeing what's coming. Movie store, well, pretty self-explanatory. Here you can rent and buy movies. TV store, same thing. For television shows. News, well, choose what you wish to watch on here. Most of the stuff is free, but you know, of course, TV and movie rental are not. Search, again, we got into a search screen, and you do have a search screen feature here by using just hit the search button right here, which looks like a little magnifying glass, but you can actually go through the menus and get to that. And as well, you have the voice option by scrolling up to the microphone, and then you just talk to the microphone and you get what you wish. So let's do a quick search here. I'm going to hit OK here. The Walking Dead. And again, works perfect, you know, really nice. But I'm in a quiet environment. I'm sure there's noise and background noise that may make that a little harder to work. So there's the feature. Again, you can get to this spot just by hitting the search button, the magnifying glass here on your remote. Streaming channels, free movies and TV. You have all sorts of options here. you know, choose what you wish. Again, really just an amazing amount of content available on the Roku, which is one of the biggest pluses about the Roku. And then we're back to settings. So let's go back home here. And basically, my summary of the Roku 4 is that it is an excellent device. It does have some extra features that the Roku 3 does not have. Primarily, it's got a quad processor, and it does 4K, which the Roku 3 does not do. But if you do not have a 4K screen and don't plan on getting one anytime soon, the Roku 3 is a perfectly fine option for streaming content from the internet, as well as the streaming stick. I find is excellent as well. I'm using that. It's the 3500R streaming stick I'm using as well. But the Roku 3 has most of the features the Roku 4 has, you know, but it doesn't have some of the high-end features like the optical out and the quad processor and 4K, you know, high with display ability. The Roku 3 remote is very similar to this. It does have the microphone built into it, and it does have the earphone jack and volume control on it as well. So those are excellent features, and the search feature works the same way. So, you know, I don't think the Roku 3 has the find a remote option either, but you know, whether that's a big deal for you or not is you know, at this point your preference. So that's my roundup on the Roku 4. I will follow this up with the you know, 4K streaming demo, and I'll probably do a bunch of other videos on other features that are hidden to the Roku 4 as well. That's it for my video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video and it helped you out in some way, do me a favor, click on the like button right down here. And you know, if you wish to subscribe to my channel, just click on this link up here. And that should subscribe you to the Richard Lloyd channel, or Richard Lloyd USA channel. Okay, again, thank you very much for your time and watching.